Well, hello, folks. Welcome to Burlington, Iowa. And I am back from holiday. But in today's video, we are going to be focusing on the 1.56 update. I want to get your ideas on what you think about this update, and we'll discuss the various bits and pieces that they're putting together. But we've got an important drive today. We will be picking up a scenic viewpoint in Burlington, which is right in front of us, but we'll also be doing a little drive from Ottumwa to somewhere else within the state, which will get us closer to completing the Cruising Iowa event. Let's have a look at this scenic viewpoint first of all. Right, there we go. So we are in downtown Burlington, Iowa. Let's see what this is all about. So Golden Acres Explorer, so that's the 6 out of 8, so that's the achievement where we got to collect all of the scenic viewpoints. So this is just Burlington basically, and this section here, I'll show you where it is kind of downtown Burlington, whereas the other parts where you're picking up stuff from is not really downtown. You can see we've got that bridge that's kind of going over, I think that's going over into another state, and it will likely be hooked up at a later point. But this looks pretty cool, doesn't it? The Port of Burlington. So yet again, we're on a river here. I think it's the Mississippi that runs up this side of things. I think from what folks said about the town a little bit further up, it was the Mississippi, but correct me if I'm wrong. This looks pretty cool, pretty impressive place. I think it's perhaps one of the largest cities in the state, but again, correct me if I'm wrong about that. And we've got this huge bridge, which does look rather nice. But we won't get to drive over at the moment. So let's just have a little show you where this is on the map. So here we are. So yeah, this bridge, which I think will come over here into the next state along, which is is that Mississippi? Where am I? I'm a bit confused. Where am I? Oh no, that's not Mississippi. This right. This is a test of my geography. I'm gonna say Illinois. No, it's Indiana's here, isn't it? Illinois is here. Let me know. I'm probably not right about that. So we're going to take a little drive now off to Ottumwa. There's 3 cities that we haven't yet picked up in this part of this achievement. One of those is Ottumwa. The other 2 are Debuque. I'm pronouncing that right each time. And the other one is Council Bluffs. I'm pretty sure that's the thing. And if we get that, we will get we will complete the event, and we get a nice little thing as a result of completing that event. So yeah, this should be a nice one. What I'm going to do, I think, with the drive, will just basically appear in Ottumwa. I won't show you the drive between the 2, and then we will kind of go from there somewhere. Ideally, if we could pick up maybe Council Bluffs or something like that with that, or along this road, because we have not been along that road at all, that would be kind of cool. But you know, it doesn't have to be that. So I will see you in a minute when we're in Ottumwa. Right, folks, here we are in Ottumwa. We have got some scaffolding on the back of the truck, and we have one of the jobs that I was really hoping would come up, and that is a drive to Debuque. It's going to take us 197 miles, 3 hours 44. Job doesn't really pay a lot. It's around $300, but it does get us 2 of the cities that are remaining out of the last 3 in the Cruising Iowa achievement. So that should be good. Let's have a look at the drive that we'll be doing. We'll be hitting some of the areas that we haven't been on before. Up this road, the 218, which we have not been on previously. Then we'll come past Cedar Rapids, through Cedar Rapids, and eventually we'll come up here, not into Debuque, but into this location just the west of it, which is something we need to do. There is a scenic viewpoint in Debuque which we will try and pick up probably in the next episode. And then we're going to try and have to think about how on earth we get over here to Council Bluffs to do the final drive. You can see the other scenic viewpoint we've got down here that we need to pick up in Davenport. Right, folks. Let's get in the truck. This should be a good one. We need some petrol. Let's just have a quick nosy en route. Is there somewhere we can go to grab some petrol relatively easy? I don't know if we'll actually make it that far. I mean, I suppose it's not that far, is it? It's about halfway. So it's about 100 miles. Have we got the fuel? I mean, why don't we just nip down here? And the question is, are we going to be able to come off there? Not 100% sure we'll be able to. So I don't really want to if we don't have to, but let's just have a little look at our. Right, stop here. Let's have a little look here at our next rest stop. I can never remember where it tells us about petrol or fuel. Yeah, I can't see it. I just feel it is a bit of a risk to try and do this without, just to try and get all the way there without getting some fuel. We don't want to run out halfway through, but equally we don't want to end up going on a wild goose chase for fuel, do we? So what do we do here? I mean, I guess worst comes to worst, we can come off here and get something at Iowa City. 110 kilometers. I think we can probably make that. I think we try and do that. As you can see, it's 4:25 at night, and this is something that really frustrates me about the game, is when you're actually trying to sleep so we start the day early on, so we get a nice drive in the day. And I know there's options. Thank you very much for those who pointed this out, that there are options that we can use to make it day all the time. I just don't like that idea. I like the day-night cycle. I just don't like the idea of that I can't choose to wake up at a certain time. And I know the part of this is because truckers, as we've talked about previously, truckers have certain amounts of time that they have to rest for. But still, there could be the option just to wake up at a time that makes more sense, as long as you've done that, had that rest. So yeah, a little bit frustrated with that, because it means that we've started this drive. It was about 1 o'clock when we were in Burlington. We've come over here, picked everything up, and it's sort of late afternoon. So we might have to have a sleep halfway when we pick up the fuel, and then go from there. But let's see how we go. Remember, today I want to talk a little bit about the 1.56 update and all those things. I also want to say that we've had a little bit of further information on a new DLC to be released by SCS for American Truck Simulator, and this links in again to the what's it called, the road trip DLCs that they're putting into the game. So this is a format of the game where we're not focusing in on driving a truck, we're driving other stuff. Now they've already announced the Ford pack for road trip, which will be a load of like classic Ford cars. Well, they've now announced another one, and this is the Dodge and Ram pack. So all sorts of classic Dodge and Ram cars will be within that. Some of them have been decided on, some of them haven't been decided on, but that should be really, really cool. So the ability to drive around in those, and absolutely, once those things release, we will be trying those out. Okay, folks, what I think we'll do is we'll have a little bit of a time lapse. We're going to head off towards, I think it's Council Bluffs, where we're going to have a little bit of a fuel stop. We'll grab something to eat. We'll maybe have a bit of a sleep there, and then we will finish the journey off tomorrow. Hopefully early on, but we'll see what happens. Hopefully I don't oversleep. Anyway, folks, hopefully you'll enjoy a little bit of music and some quality driving from me in the meantime. See you in a little bit. Well, folks, we got here without any issue. We're not even on red at the minute, so that's good. I'm hoping, I've been playing around with the volumes a little bit, and I'm hoping that the sound of the engine isn't too intrusive, but I wanted to have a little bit more of a meaty engine sound, because I feel it's just been a little bit lost in some of the other episodes where I haven't sort of let it, I haven't had it high enough. So yeah, let me know if the sound quality isn't good. If it isn't good, I'll probably put some sort of note somewhere earlier in the episode just to kind of apologise for that, but hopefully I've got it right. So yeah, we're just getting off here. I think this is in Cedar Rapids, if that's not the one we need to get to. I can't remember. Yeah, it's Council Bluffs is the one we need to get. I think we're just here at Cedar Rapids, and we're going to be just taking a little left into this place here because we've got place to sleep and some some petrol or fuel to pick up there, and then we've just got the rest of this drive, which is not a long one, just 99 miles up the way. And we might do this. I'm not sure whether we'll do this in today or not. It's getting a little bit on the dark side, which is not ideal because I didn't want that to be the case. But and I do love I love this time of night as well. It's kind of dusky time. Right, so maybe this is a really good opportunity while we are filling up the truck with presumably some diesel. I did an EV truck in a previous episode of Euro Truck Simulator. Got me thinking, oh cripes, are there EV trucks? We get over there like that. That's just where we want to be. It's a little bit of a cheat, but we've got our certified scales there. Are there EV trucks in ATS as well? So I'm trying to think. I don't recall seeing any, but that doesn't mean they're not there. So we've got 22,000 in the bank. Yeah, we've still got this economy mod on, and for those who missed it, I can't take the thing off, otherwise the game won't load. So we are stuck with the economy mod, unfortunately. We've just paid $595 there. This job pays about half of that. So we are desperately wanting to complete this, what we're doing at the minute, the bits in Iowa, and then I want to go on a bit of a kind of like long drive spree if we can make it. So there we go, we've picked that up, and we need to get back out of here. So we'll go the way we came. again, slightly cheaty, but that'll allow us to get out. And let's talk a little bit about 1.56, because we have had some interesting stuff that's been released about this. And I'll probably talk about this in the, well, I will talk about this in the ETS episode that's coming up as well, because what's coming out for both of these are slightly different. At least there's a little bit more in ETS, perhaps not. I think pretty much everything that's going to come out in ETS will come out in ATS. Everything that's going to come out in ATS will also come out in ETS 2, but there's some extra bits that are going to come out in ETS 2. So if you're interested in hearing about that, then make sure you watch the ETS 2 video, because we'll talk about those as well. So presumably this is where we want to stop. But yeah, it's again one of these where there's no real map improvements, which is always a bit sad, because you want to see the map improvements as it gets a little bit dark and stormy over there. Ooh, so we'll be driving into that. But as always, they do some rather other interesting improvements, which stuff that I don't really understand or know about, or stuff I haven't even thought about. But some of the things look like they'll make a difference. Some of the things I'm not really sure what difference I'm expecting to see. But I'd love to get your thoughts in the comments once we talk through what they're actually going to do. What are you looking forward to most? So let's go through what they're going to be doing. So what looks like the kind of big change they're making, in as much as it's first on their list. I have to look. It's something called height blends. So they're either improving or introducing height blend. You can see I understand this really well. But what this does, as I understand it, it allows the transition between different textures to be improved. So it's going to make the look of the game that little bit better, which to me, I don't understand really what they're talking about here. And if you do understand this, please mention that in the comments. Let me know what this is all about. But as far as I can understand it, we will have this kind of improvement in texture, or the look of textures, particularly when you've got different textures next to each other. And they show some examples of that in the blog on Steam. So if you are interested in hearing about and looking at that, then yeah, go and have a look, and hopefully you get an idea of what this looks like, plus and minus this improvement that they're putting in. But anything to improve the look of the game, I think, is always going to be a good thing. The one that I'm really interested in is some improvements in the dynamic cargo system. So we know that this is something that's been put into the game in various places. Well, now they're going to add a little bit extra stuff around dynamic cargo. We can bypass the way station, great. So yeah, the dynamic cargo is linked to very specific loads. I can't remember exactly what those loads are, but I think it's sort of like wood chippings and things like that. So you'll need to have your trailer, and then if you've got the right trailer, you're going for the right load, and you're at the right location. I know that's a lot of ifs. You will get a cutscene, presumably showing the load going into your truck, which I think will be very, very cool. This is what I want to see more of, but yeah, this is not what we see an awful lot of, because it just adds that extra layer of immersion, doesn't it? So there's also a DLC browser improvement. So basically in the game, where you can kind of look through the different DLCs that are available, they've got improvement in the kind of the way that sort of works, the look of that. I don't even know if I've actually looked at that part of the game. I didn't have my lights on. I was absolutely sure I had my lights on, but there we go. There we go. Didn't get picked up by the police. So I think that's pretty good. And I think anything like that to improve the UI in different places is going to be a good thing. So I can only think that'll be a good one. The other one, which I haven't written down, let me just give me a second. Yeah, the other one is again a little bit of a UI improvement. So it's an improvement in the new profile creation and the flow that links into that. So the new driver flow. So I think that sort of stuff is going to be is always nice. So it was a little bit old. I think they probably haven't changed that for a long time. And I guess for many of us, we don't really start up many new careers, so it's not going to be something that we worry about too much there. But I like that they're making those improvements. I think there's one or two other bits, but I think those are the main changes that they're putting in. So let me know your thoughts on that in the comments. Are you excited for that? Is it another one of those that, you know, it's not super exciting, but it's really cool to see what they're doing? I mean, it'd be interesting what this little improvements of the texture integration thing looks like, whether that makes a big difference, because some of the stuff they've done in relation we're getting off here, some of the stuff they've done in relation to changes like this, and I think the best example of that or best examples are the one they did recently around shadows. I thought that made a massive difference, looked really good. I didn't think it was going to be very cool, but or really that impressive, but yeah, it made a big difference. And the other one around with the skybox, I was blown away with that. I think that's absolutely gorgeous. So I think if they keep making things look more realistic, it's gonna be pretty awesome. As long as we can run the thing on our various PCs and things, I think that's the key thing there. Anyway, folks, we are pretty much here. Just 40 miles to go, 21 minutes away. But leave your comments on all of those things, please, down below. Always love to hear what you've got to say. And yeah, I've just come back from holiday, and I thought I'd share with you where I went, because I think a lot of you are not from the UK, and some of you are. So some of you will know where this is. Those who aren't from the UK probably won't know where this is. So I went to the Isle of Wight, which is a little island off the coast of the UK. So we go every single year to this little island, and we have an absolutely amazing time. So the Isle of Wight, if you look at the map of the UK and you take a line all the way down the middle, what you'll find right at the bottom of the UK, right in the centre, is a little island, or relatively large island, which is kind of slap bang in the middle of the UK landmass, just below Southampton and Portsmouth. Very, very close. It's a very short ferry ride. That's the Isle of Wight. Yeah, it's really, really, really nice place. Very, very traditional British kind of seaside holiday type location. But it's a weird place because it feels like it's stuck in the 1970s, but not in a bad way, which is gonna maybe be a bit strange. But yeah, it's just got a really nice holiday feel to it. It's not going to be for everyone. Certainly, if you like, going out clubbing and stuff like that, you're not going to like the Isle of Wight. It's not. You got bars and stuff and pubs, but that's as much as you're going to have there. But there's lots of really cool walks and things like that, and the kids. There's loads of stuff to do with kids. So it's one of those nice little holiday locations, and probably people don't tend to go there anymore. But yeah, we absolutely love it. Anyway, here we are. Enough blathering. We're at our delivery point. We are, it looks like some sort of construction site or something like that. Not entirely sure. It looks a big old site though. So let's get in there. It will probably be a 90, I'd have thought. No, it's a 40. Right, I'm a bit confused what's going on here. We'll attack it from the bottom, I think. feels like we're just going to be able to drop this in, but undoubtedly there's something in front of it. We need to see this, I think, to be clear what we're expected to do here. I mean, it's just in the middle of... Why is this a 40? Why is this a 40? Oh, man. Come on. There we go. And we'll drop them off. And there we go. That was the easiest bit of stuff we've had to do. I don't think that was a 40 even. Right. Not much XP there. Working towards level 9. You can see we got $342. Let's have a quick look. So that's going to have got 11 out of 12 for the cruising IRO achievement. Just Council Bluffs remaining. Let's have a little look, see whether there is a job at this point over to Council Bluffs from Debuque. There is. So potentially we might have a job out there. It's 5 hours 41. Just the one by the look of it. Oh no, got a couple glass racks. So it might be one of those. It seems like some locations are kind of linked up, but it might mean we actually get to do potentially a drive that we haven't. I think we've done this drive before, but that's all we need to do to complete things. So hopefully next time out we'll be able to do that. Anyway, it's awesome to be back. Awesome to be making videos again. I hope you enjoyed what I had made over the last couple of weeks. I did a lot of stuff in advance, did a lot of stuff kind of so we had a few little breaks, so there wasn't as much content, and it got me thinking maybe this is an alternate way to run things on the channel. Not sure, maybe have a little bit less content and just allows me to get ahead a little bit, and then allows me to sort of focus on the second channel, which does get left behind now and again because I've also really liked making content on that. Anyway, folks, we've been going for 42 minutes, yeah, I enjoyed this one. If you did, please hit that like button. If you're new to the channel and you'd like to see more of this, we've got an ETS 2 series going on as well as a bunch of other things. If you like simulation game content, this is the channel for you. Hit that subscribe button if that all sounds good. Hit the notification bell as well to make sure you don't miss anything coming up, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.